Hello, my name is Dr. Christopher Nagy. I'm the Superintendent of Schools for the Bergen County Institute of Technology and Bergen County Special Services School District. Today's focus of our Leadership Sparks is on inspiration and enlightenment. Every morning around 6 o'clock in my email inbox, I find two emails. One is from Simon Sinek and one is from Seth Godin. Simon Sinek provides a leadership quote each and every day. It's free to anyone who subscribes. Same thing for Seth Godin, but for him, it gives about a 200 to 400 word focus on an aspect of business, an insight that inspires reflection and action. Just within the past 2 days, we had our freshman orientation, and that was also for our new students coming to our school district. I was looking for something that would be the theme for this year. And I reflected upon the visit this past year during the Week of Respect by Chris Lovey, the former bodyguard to Nelson Mandela. And he provided us with a word which I have not forgotten. It is a Zulu word, South Africa, and it is Soyubona, which basically means, I see you. And the response to that is, I am here. Much like we say, how are you? And why that is so important is because it talks about us as educators, leaders, those within the workforce, to be able to say, I see you for who you are, the value that you bring to the school, to the workplace. And it also reminds me too of what I do each and every year when I make a presentation that first day to the staff. I have an empty chair next to the podium. And why that is important is, and I've learned that from Heidi Hayes Jacobs in all of her presentations. She refers all of her marks to that student, that imaginary student in that chair. I see you, and we are here for you as a student. An important message. Which leads me to two pieces of inspiration that I have found to be very, very important, especially as we take a look at the beginning of the school year. Referencing Chris Lovey once again, he talked about a story as a child when, because of apartheid, he was not able, none of them were, because they were either people of color and or multiracial. Those particular individuals did not have access to books and or literacy materials. And so as a result of that, he used to go out to the dumps and to use to find discarded books and or reading materials. It is there where he entered the world and discovered the world of the classics. And so it really reminded us of the importance, not to take for granted, our education. Matter of fact, Nelson Mandela is known as really appreciating an education as it being the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. The second piece that related to inspiration is a coin that was given to me by Simon Sinek, and on that it says, a token of inspiration, inspire action. What a great message for us as we take a look at seeing students for who they are and saying that we are here to help them to be their very, very best, to inspire others to action. I'm reminded of the 3 L's here: to learn first, live it second, and lead it third. Which leads me then to enlightenment and why it's so important as we take a look at the beginning of the school year. I'm reminded of the work of Harvard cognitive psychologist Steven Pinker in his latest 2018 book called Enlightenment Now. He looked at education as being one of the most important pieces that distinguishes people who are enlightened and those who are not. And that growth of education can be celebrated now as its dividend, seeing the growth in literacy across the world. In essence, for him, literacy is the flagship of human progress. So how is it that we can become the best in anything that we do? How is it that we can inspire others and have the confidence to do that? We look to Malcolm Gladwell in his book, Outliers, that focuses on the necessity of putting in at least 10,000 hours of effort into a particular area of our lives, which we want to become the best at. And so that actually is equivalent to 417 days if you're looking at it at 24/7. That's a lot of time. And so we take a look at this school year and say, how is it that we can inspire our students? How is it that we can truly look to inspire not only our colleagues and our students, but also how is it that we can actually become the person who we look to as our role models? How can we help others to find joy in their lives and the power within? And how can we see students for who they are and together to seek enlightenment? This is a great opportunity to take a look at how it is that we can inspire and how it is that we can look at enlightenment as an opportunity to flourish.